Welcome to Multifamily Deal Lab, where your host, Dave Lindahl, dissects recent multifamily deals done by his guests. Dave will extract what went right, what went wrong, and a number of key takeaways so your next deal may be more profitable.
All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Multifamily Deal Lab. And on today's Multifamily Deal Lab, we are with Jerry Kong and Anthony Vinole. And they did a deal, a lakeside property, 20 doors, 1964 vintage with boat slips. So this is going to be a really interesting deal. But the first thing I want to do is I want you guys to introduce yourselves and tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
My name is Anthony Vinole. I'm originally from San Diego, California. My past life, I was the director of operations, and that's been very beneficial in this industry that we're a part of now.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Jerry.
I'm Jerry, here in Southern California, in Orange County. I have a background in economics, finance, and business. So I'm the analyst, underwriter on this group. We started with this in 2019. This is our second deal. We're pretty excited about it.
How did you guys meet?
We used to work together. Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Jerry and I used to work together, the company I was with. So the short of it is, while I ran 7 factories nationwide, I would feed the data to Jerry and he would extrapolate it down to constituents, components, dwell time, load times, all that stuff. And we didn't have a sophisticated software. Jerry was doing it with Excel sheets. So I realized I didn't know Excel sheets like I thought I did, and this is how impressive Jerry is.
And then you said, Jerry, let's get the hell out of here and do something that's going to make us some real money.
Jerry had left and started flipping residential in Orange County. And during that time, I always knew I wanted to be involved with multifamily because as a little kid, my friends whose dad would come to school in a Porsche Turbo, right? They were commercial real estate. So I had approached Jerry, and Jerry was all in.
Nice. Okay, that's excellent. All right, so Jerry, why don't you tell us about this particular deal? It is located in Lincoln City, Oregon. How did you get a deal up in Lincoln City?
Well, our other partner, who's not on this podcast, he lives in Seattle. He's been pitching us about the entire state of Oregon, how it's got some beneficial values. And we started looking originally in Portland, and then this depending on the market where we get, the search kind of got broader and broader. And we got to Lincoln City, which is about 2 hours outside of Portland. I saw the properties on the lake, back close enough to the ocean, with the boat slip near a boat launch. So like, this is an awesome vacation place. And the local market is good. Out of COVID, the economy is coming back. So let's place an offer, see where we get.
Okay, so the broker sourced you the deal to come take a look at this?
Yeah. So we got pitched on that. So we got pitched on a few deals around Portland, and then one day it's like, hey, I know this is not near Portland, but will you guys be willing to take a look at this?
Okay, nice. And I see it as a purchase price of just over $3 million. What was the asking price?
3.25.
How did you get the $200,000 off? What was your tax?
The tactic was, just be honest, something like you guys are about $275 below market. And based on what we need to do to the property, this is kind of the number we'll see fit. And I think we started negotiation at about 2.9. We'll finish at 3. It was like 3 even. And then after due diligence, we wanted to do some retrade, but someone didn't want to do it. Went back and forth, and then we kind of give them like less than 1%. It's like they're trying to give the seller something. At the end, it's like, all right, here, take the win. So that's how the $25,000 extra comes in.
Oh, so the $25,000 was keeping the deal from being signed?
Like, yeah, like that was going back. I was like, no, just give it to them.
Yeah, because
owner wanted to win.
Say it again.
The seller wanted some form of a negotiating win on.
And there was a win. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely. Yeah, sometimes it's all about psychology. A lot of times it's all about psychology. Jerry, what was it about this property that I know it was lakeside, I know it was beautiful, like nice vacation area. So what did you like about
Besides the nice view. Yeah. So we like that it is backed by the Oregon economy. It's a destination place, but it's not a destination for everybody to fly in and go there. Yeah, it's a destination to all the local economy. So as long as the state of Oregon is doing well, that place will do well. It's beach in Florida where it's more dependent on.
So what about flooding?
Flooding is actually fine. It's on a pretty steep hill.
Yeah.
Pitched down to the lake. So that everything kind of runs right down into the lake. So that's been fine. The last time that area ever had a serious issue with high tide from the ocean was the Japanese earthquake. So, and before that, there's really nothing there.
Welcome back, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm near the storm, so spotty, unfortunately.
Are you down in Florida?
No, I'm in Georgia, outside of Atlanta.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's talk about the capital raise on this is more than 50% of the purchase price. So why was that, Anthony?
Oh, that's a Jerry question.
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah. The best loan we can get was a 60% LTV.
What about that?
As location, and it's considered tertiary within even the state of Oregon. So we couldn't get anything to come in. That was a bank loan.
Yeah.
Try to get an agency loan. They came me at 51%, and that was just a non-starter.
Okay, that being said, let me ask you a question. What loan to value did you do your original underwriting at?
60 back.
Oh, you did it at 65, so you got 60. So it wasn't
that aggressive. Yeah.
I thought you might have done it at 70, and I was going to ask you, what was the difference in your returns from the 60 to 70? But okay. So the capital raise, Anthony, you want to take that? How did you do your raise?
So the raise, we go amongst our own friends just like anyone else does first. And part of that is Jerry and I have a track record of just who we are in general with our character. So as we would post about our prior wins, the one we have in Chattanooga, the one that we were a part of in a minority stake with Vanessa Alfaro and Outlaw Group and Vicksburg, Mississippi, it starts presenting people's opportunity to want to ask us questions because they're seeing that we're a part of something. So that was part of our raise. Also is going throughout our own community, right? RE Mentor is not just an education platform. We're also a fraternity. So it gives us an opportunity to go within our own people who already understand what it's about. You're not really selling them on what the deal is as far as how it works. You're selling them on what we understand as being educated and alumni. So we've had really good traction with staying within our own as far as the capital raise. And we go outside of that too. We have some people go to mastermind classes and stuff, and they link with people there also. We brought people on board at our raise that can raise as well too.
Excellent. Was this the deal that was recently signed in Ultimate Partnering?
Yeah, that was us.
Oh, awesome. All right. So just so that people know, at last Ultimate Partnering event that we had in Phoenix, there was, you guys are at the bar buying this deal.
Yeah, and Eric Stewart is our sponsor. He made time to leave his vending booth to come down and make sure we got everything executed. And it was about 2 hours, and we had our notary on site, and one of our other partners was there as well. So it worked out really well that we were all in the same room.
So I only need to know one thing. What drink did you order after you signed?
Man, I don't remember.
That was a lot of drinking.
Early hand drinks. For me, it's probably an old fashioned. I think Jerry had a Long Island, and then Eric Stewart, I bought him a Bud Light, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I remember I actually walked by when that was all laid out. Somebody put it over. Today they're close to the deal. I was like, wow. And I was late to get on stage. I was like, wow, that's awesome. All right, so we went to the raise. Now let's talk about the value add here, or the value play. You bought this for $3 million. Why? What are you going to do to it, and what's it going to be worth?
Well, minor renovation is about a super heavy lift. Everything is classic on the interior. Some of those units didn't even have dishwasher, so they just put a dishwasher on the end of the countertop.
Yeah.
So obviously go in, brand new countertop, run it all the way through, make everything look continuous. Brand new paint, get rid of the carpet, vinyl planks, flooring, just some basic new hardware. Nothing too crazy.
So you said everything was classic, but you're basically changing the flooring and dishwashers.
Yeah, that's the market. Nobody there have like super fancy, brand new white shaker, those kind of things. So we didn't feel the need to go to that route to be like top of the market. But we have the best view in the market. So,
and you're going to be able to raise the rent to $175 just by doing those minimal repairs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. So this must have been under market. Why do you think it was an under market? The rents were under market, and you bought it at what 98% occupancy?
By the time we closed, 100% occupied.
Oh, sweet. So we know what that means. Raise those rents, right? So you started the raise process.
We did it there. Our first renewal is March 31st. So we don't have a
wow. Your first renewal. Yeah. But just so people can get perspective, right now we're in November. They closed this last month at our event, and you're saying that the first renewal is March. That seems so far away. Does everything renew on March, or why is there such a big gap between November and March?
There was a huge mass renewal in August done by the seller to push for the pricing that they were asking for. So they just renewed everybody, and we're going to have to spread that out from August, probably is about 4 months within the calendar year.
Yeah. So explain to everybody what you're going to do to diversify your risk in August when you were doing those leases.
So we have about 13 out of 20 doors that got renewed in August.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're not renewing everybody in August. That's too much of a possible vacancy when that comes to. So
good. You renew them in August. It's the term that you're going to give them is going to be different.
So the term we haven't got there yet. So we're either renew everybody in August with different terms, or we let it rent them month to month, and then renew them in September, October, November for a whole year after that.
That's an interesting strategy as well. But when you're renewing, you're raising rent by $175, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you want to renew in August, when you really don't want to drag that out. So, I've had experience doing deals like this, and, we typically will go 11, you get 13, you want to spread them out. So you probably spread them out the next August, September, October, November, and just make those 13, 14, 15 month lease renewals at the higher rate.
Yeah.
And they typically end up, it's typically not an issue, but if it is for the ones that are farther out, they're renewing for more than a year, then you just give them something. You look around the apartment and say, all right, we'll give you and you can choose an accident wall, maybe a new dishwasher or whatever, to give them something of perceived value, $400 to $500 perceived value, and usually works.
That's a great metric to use. That makes total sense.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So what else can you tell me about this deal? What were the challenges of this deal?
The beginning challenges were people to feel comfortable in Oregon, right? Because everybody wants to be in Georgia and Texas and the Carolinas. And so our partner, who we met on a prior deal in Chattanooga, and again, we're all RE people. So the people who had found that deal was a class member of Jerry and I during our boot camp and immersion. And then through that, we made our other connection with the other partner in Seattle. So when he was being in his own backyard, like you're supposed to be, right? That's what spawned that area.
Just a harder pitch because everybody is focused on the hot markets, and our vendor does pitch emerging markets and where people go. So this is, in the opposite side of the country. So that was a tough hurdle just to get through. The deal return is pretty decent. Just by being on the West Coast, it's a low cash flow, high cap rate place, so it's more back end heavy. That's also a hurdle we have to, get people service, and you just have to come in and ride this out with us. It's like 6% cash is what we're getting people.
What about during the due diligence process and the property inspection? And Anthony, maybe you, because I'm looking at, can you say something? Yeah, no. So we still, for some reason, we're still getting you time. Maybe you want to come back in. You come back in, and I will. We'll let you back in, and maybe that will fix it. So what during the property inspection, did anything weird appear?
It's actually really well maintained for the age of the property. We did get warned that the roof might be an issue. The seller did replace a third of the roof.
Yeah.
So we did get a warning about the other 2/3, and we put that in our budget. And termite damage, and there's an issue with the property being so close to the lake, close to the ocean. That's all the trim pieces need to be repaired.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah. Plumbing is...
Well, no surprises, no cat lady, no order.
No cat lady, no order, no, but lots of cats, because everybody has a pet. Cats and dogs.
Oh, are you pet feed?
The current tenants, no. The 2 new move-ins are getting pet.
No, no.
Really good pet. He's that renewal.
Anthony, are you back? Nope.
Nope.
I don't know why we can't hear you, but it's not on our end because we have you unmuted, unless the technology glitch over here. All right, so Jerry, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to, for those of you who have questions, put them in the chat, and then we're going to answer those next. But I've got what we have called lightning round. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. The first thing that pops into your mind, just shout it out. Okay. So number 1, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
What's the best book you've recently read?
10 Path, actually. That's very...
That's awesome. Yeah. And inspirational as well. By the way, so we said 10 Path. 10 Path is the book that is the new book from Ari Mentor that follows the paths of 10 clients. Say a word in Spanish.
Well, let's ask.
What's your favorite number?
13.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yes.
What's the best inspirational movie you've watched in the last 5 years? Oh, Invictus?
Was Matt Damon. Yeah, Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman.
All right, that was an excellent one. Well, I didn't write these questions. Why can't we tickle ourselves?
I guess you see it coming.
That's a good answer. What's the best age? How old are you, by the way?
I'm 37.
So what do you think the best age is?
In general?
Yeah.
45?
Why? Since you're not 45 yet.
You're still active enough, but then you collected that wisdom in your life. And then you still got time to cash in on that wisdom.
Okay, excellent. Do you believe in the laws of the universe?
Yes.
Which one do you think is the most effective? They actually all work together, but
It's like gravity.
All right, excellent. And one last question: why did they put an expiration date on sour cream?
That I have no idea.
All right,
I guess it tells you what to give it to your cat.
That's right. So this is this version of Deal Lab. See us again next week. We'll have another. We'll dissect another deal. All right. Take care, everybody.
This has been another edition of Multifamily Deal Lab. If watching on YouTube, please be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, so you don't miss the next session, and review the contact links on this page.